Ladies and gentlemen, KageKaze here with the Witch Doctor in Diablo 3. Today, patch 1.0.3 Bravo just came out. Not exactly a massive patch, mostly a bug fixing patch, and most of the bugs really aren't terribly worth mentioning right now. But there is one thing that this patch did that's rather significant. If you go to the Real Money Auction House, you can now do searches for commodities. Just do one random search here. There you go. It'd be more impressive if they were going for more. Hardly any of the gems right now are going for anything other than 25 cents, except for the really high-end stuff. But oh well, there is that. We're continuing on our quest.
It is good to fight.
Alright. Dogs!
These lands once belonged to the crown.
Alright, so we've met our mystic. It's kind of a shame they removed her. I know they weren't happy with the overall feel of the mechanics that they were using for the mysticism part, but you know, there's still story there that we miss out on. Oh, you are not getting away.
Long ago, 5 clans of the Umbaru tribe left Vitiganze and ventured north. After their transformation into Khazra, only a few elders were still able to use magic, and they passed it down to their cleverest children. These are the Khazra Shaman, and they rank among the most dangerous of their race.
They just love coming out of the ground at me, don't they?
Though New Tristram and the fields surrounding it have been resettled over the years, the highlands remain empty save for the crumbling ruins of Leoric's old outposts. The king built more than one watchtower in his paranoia, but now they cannot even ward away goatmen and wild beasts. A tragedy, really.
The local Khazra tribes have become a serious threat. They attack caravans and are moving into areas where they haven't been seen before. We need you to take care of this problem for us. We'll pay 25 gold pieces for every Khazra head you bring back.
Executed.
Gotta remember I have my spiritual attunement, so I don't need to be shy on using the bats.
Need more mama. Need more time.
Unfortunately, they died a little faster than I realized right there, and I really wasn't able to use the sacrifice properly. Hey, yes, I think this build's gonna need a little bit more love.
Long I have laboured to master the dark arts. Now I finally reap the rewards. For Magda has acknowledged me. She promised me a special task that will bring endless glory to the Great One. I can hardly rest until she reveals it on the morrow.
By all that is holy, do you see that enemy over there?
Man, that is that right there. I just blew up that entire group without an issue. That is the power of sacrifice. Unfortunately, I really wonder if 60 seconds is too long for zombie dogs. I think they really either need a punch in the arm as far as survivability or reduction in cooldown. I really think either one would suffice for me. I suppose a reduction in a cooldown would make them viable for both offensive and defensive purposes, because then you could use it more often for a sacrifice build. That being said, that means that a reduction in cooldown might be a little bit much, since they can put out so much damage. It seems to me that the vitality scaling thing might be the better solution. Although it seems like they scale from pretty much every other stat from what I hear. Resistances, armors, things like that. Just don't really have any to speak of right now. Let's go ahead and get a new batch up. See, it's the downside of picking every new ability as I get it. His spiritual attunement really is not designed for this sacrifice playstyle. Sometimes they will give you abilities that do not work well together, and you have to choose. So it'll be interesting to see down the road if I keep doing it like this, where I keep picking up every skill I get, what kind of builds I'm going to get that will feel like they're useless. We'll see. It'll be a grand experiment, fun for everyone, boys and girls, children of all ages. Oh, here we go.
A worthy opponent.
Excellent, and just in time for the cooldown. Glorious.
Goatman. All of my labours were for a bunch of rotten, stinking goatmen. Magda claims that they will become our most valuable allies, and that the task is one that she can entrust to no one but me. But I know my place. I am most bruisingly up.
Poor Ulrich.
I don't like the way that scoundrel looks at Leah.
Maybe he's in love.
You think a man like that can fall in love?
He doesn't like Linden, does he? Ooh, that hurt my dogs quite a bit. So one of the things that really hurt in the Fields of Misery was the dogs and AI in general never seem to want to move out of damage sources on the ground, like right there. They're kind of still standing in it. Let's get this health globe, heal up my dogs. Come on, boys, let's get you healing. There we go.
Need more mana.
They will stand in poisons, they will stand in desecrations, they will stand in plagued. Maybe they're like wild pets. Maybe they just need an AoE damage reduction to make them defensible. You know, don't even make it so that they still get hurt really hard from single target abilities, but just do like they did in Warcraft. Make it so that explosions, ground sources, and things like that just won't really hurt them too terribly much. See, like right there, they just kind of took a lot of damage because they passed through that poison, but that's because they're following me. I think it would work simply because the pets themselves don't do a lot of damage, so you can't just simply pet kill elites that are standing in things like desecration or plague. Wow, where are they? I don't know. They are way up there.
I need mana.
Not good, not good. Come on. That's it. Let's just play a little keep away, shall we? Slow them down with my dart. Lost track of my pets, and consequently lost them.
I do not have enough mana.
Thankfully my mana does come back fairly quickly, thanks to spiritual attunement. Let's bring him back.
Need more mana.
Great effort brings great reward.
They didn't last terribly long there either. Alright. The Lyceum. Now this is one of those areas that recently got fixed. This used to be unavailable prior to patch 103.
There, a worthy foe.
Needs more time. Need more mana.
Despair, patron of the mad.
I've done it.
Patron of the dead now. Still can't quite hit exactly what I want to with these. Just keep veering slightly off course. Oh, well, let's move out of that, shall we?
The Dark Berserkers are considered weaker demons, but their strength is still far greater than that of any human. I have found dark spells within the cathedral,
Needs more
written
time.
in Archbishop Lazarus's own hand, explaining how to summon them. I pray that no other copies exist, so that this terrible knowledge will be lost forever.
Well, I took out 2 with exploding dogs. Seems kind of like a waste, though. If I could have made them go a little bit longer, but it looked like they were getting hit, so I didn't want to risk it. I've got 2 more rituals to disrupt. Should have my dogs ready for the next one.
Need more time.
Ugh. They're hurting. Get a health globe. Get a health globe. Oh, that mace smash just killed one of my dogs.
I do not have enough.
See, that's one of those things that they'll just never move out of the way of. They just can't see it coming. Well, I'll change up my build here in a moment. I'm getting close to level. That's when we'll do it. Alright, I need to kill some more of these cultists. There we go. That'll stop the summoning.
I need mana. My spirit flows fast.
Alright, level 14, new skill category. Horrify gets Phobia. And I learned Zombie Charger. Well, let's take a look. Zombie Charger. I remember playing with this a tiny bit in the beta. I remember it being really powerful. Expensive, though. 74 mana. Look at that. Call forth a reckless, suicidal zombie that deals 205% weapon damage as poison to all enemies in its path before it decomposes. Now, if I remember right, this is kind of a piercing line attack. So it's a direct damage, goes direct in straight line. It doesn't go very far, but it will pierce everything in its path, which means this has a very high damage potential. Alright, well, looks like I'm getting rid of the dogs anyway for Horrify and Phobia. Increases the duration they are feared to 6 seconds, up from 4. So 2 more seconds of fear. I can deal with that. That works fine, because that means I've got some really high damage abilities. Now, if I'm going to have Zombie Charger, it's 10 mana, well, 9 mana, more expensive than Firebats. Firebats is 220, this is 205, so it's more expensive, does less damage than Firebats. However, this means that I can combine some other skill. And the question is, do I combine, say, Haunt for a little bit of damage over time, or Grasp to slow them down to keep them from getting to me? Since I have Horrify, I think the most prudent choice would be Haunt, because then I can make them run away and they'll still be taking damage from the Haunt, where, you know, if I use Grass, they probably won't get to me. Then I could use Haunt for, say, an emergency button. But I think what I'll do is I'll use Haunt. So, do I keep Poison Dart? I think for Numbing or Splinters. Let's do Splinters.
There is someone out
Need
there
more
who would
time.
benefit from our aid right now.
There we go. Let's try it. New build, keeping Spiritual Attunement for the damage. And there's my zombie. My own personal zombie. Look at that. Yeah, it doesn't go very far. I think he may hit more than once. Let's try and find out, shall we? We need a single target with decent health. They're dying pretty much instantly there. Let's see. Yeah, he definitely hits everything in the path. Okay, let's throw out a bit of Haunts. I gotta be a bit more careful here. Yeah, my fear has a longer cooldown than that works for.
I am healed.
Okay, no, not the best application of that build, obviously. Let's get him out of here. Get some dots up. Yeah, see, Splinters feels like it is encroaching on the realm of my Zombie Charger. They are both kind of line attacks. Decisions. Well, let's keep going for now. I've cleared this area. That gave me a little bit of experience and gold. Just go ahead and clear out these real quick areas. Oh, of course, you know what I'm doing is I've got my sacrifice on that I don't even need anymore. Guess that would put me back to Soul Harvest if I'm going to keep that as its category. Okay, this is the way out. So here's what I'm going to do. These are fairly expensive. We're going to go back to Leaping Spiders. I'm going to go ahead and... See, the secondary is one I'm not sure what I'm going to do on. Alright, well, let's keep it as this. I don't want to hold up too much. Let's just get this last area. I think that's just a quick turn. It is indeed just a turn. Okay, we move on. Break a few barrels in the way.
The adversary is before us.
Alright. Oh yeah, that's doing pretty good there.
I am hurt. Healed.
The damage potential is there. Yeah, these abilities don't go terribly well together. Not as exactly as I had imagined. I think I like the idea of Grasp. That's what I've been thinking the entire time. Just the way I'm playing right now seems to make me think that would be good. That way I can get in close, slow them down, go in, Soul Harvest, use my charger. If they come in too close to me, I can fear them, possibly fearing them back into the slow. Zombie Charger does quite a bit. I'm fairly happy with him as a base skill, even with the short range. I think the biggest problem I have with Zombie Charger as a base skill right now is that my other primaries work very well in the same capacity. Okay, let's get this up. Oops, that was the fear, not really the one I wanted. But what's good about the charger, though, is I can really just get him out there. Look at that. He will attack pretty quick.
I do not have enough mana.
Okay, another pack over here. Let's go ahead and slow them down, get some stacks off of them. That felt a little better. Alright, let's go get the staff, which is over here. There it is, and as you see, there's the Mystic's cart. Oh boy. Alright, let's just take a quick look for any other events out here in the Highlands. Trees don't count as an event. Go back. So, you know, this is definitely more suited for spiritual attunement, because using zombie chargers will take my mana down pretty quick. Nothing here. Sometimes there can be.
Needs more time. Need more mana.
Alright, yeah, so that other build was definitely awkward, and I know I didn't play it very well there. Seems there are hazards of experimenting and trying to try every new skill as I get it. Hopefully I didn't make anyone facepalm too hard with how poorly that was played, but it's okay. We'll move on. Definitely like his skills. Here we go. Khazra time. 5 stacks. Right on through. Uh-oh. That was invigorating. I'm a little worried about Cormac if he thinks that was invigorating. Seems to be into pain.
Need more time.
Alright. Damage is ticking away up there. Use the zombie chargers to take out what's coming after me down here. I'm gonna need to pick up some stacks of Soul Harvest here, I think. Oh, that didn't go where I wanted it. Uh-oh, poison pods, poison pods. Yes. That's how we roll. Right, my minions. Haha. Okay, so.
There, a worthy foe.
There's a lot of damage output potential on this class. I can tell just from these early levels. And of course, I have seen what zombie chargers can turn into. Zombie bears is one of those abilities that is massive damage for a high cost. grab a couple stacks. Easy as you please. What I'm going to have to do, I think, is start going a little unorthodox, maybe not following the categories, and see what else I can come up with.
My loutish companions have no curiosity about the Khazra. They're only interested in the bounty on their heads. But I am convinced the Khazra can be communicated with. It is dangerous, to be sure, but it is a risk I am willing to take.
You know, I've never really let a Khazra live long enough to just sit there and beat on his drum. To see exactly what it might do. Pretty sure it just buffs them. It's probably mean of me to stop them from playing it. I mean, if they just want to bang on the drum all day, who might have stopped them, right? Ah, treasure goblin! Let's get that right in your way. Oh yes, he did not stand a chance. Anything down here, special events, anything, dead villager. Well, I guess I did say anything. Alright, well then, we are going to go ahead and head up then. Well, since I haven't had too much to really discuss at this point, since 103 wasn't exactly very exciting. 103 Bravo, sorry, we are on multiple iterations of 103, are we not? Of course, that's a beautiful thing, right? 103 was a patch that was divided into hotfixes. They were able to release a lot of the hotfixes, or a lot of the changes that 103 was supposed to have earlier because of that. So definitely thankful for that. Just of course it makes it so when the actual patch finally does come out, it feels like there wasn't much to it.
Mistress, it is my pleasure to report that I have broken the prisoners from Wortham. Words have flown from their mouths like blood from a wound. Our summoners can retrieve the weapon at your command, and the enemy shall be none the wiser.
This is a great spot. Like this right here is perfect for this ability. Just it makes them come into this narrow corridor. I just use my bears, but I use my zombies, and there's nothing they can do about it. Come on. Running a tiny bit low on the manas. Let's see, can I fear him? Yes, just temporarily though. There we go. How's my inventory? Nearly full, so I'm going to have a lot to look at after this segment. So, I don't know which order they're going to get released, but I do right now have 2 videos recorded that I'm going to release that are not from this series, of course. They are a series that's kind of a playthrough with me and some of the people you might know if you've watched my stream. One of my personal friends, Russ, who goes by ThinkFlight, and of course, some of you may know the Naked Witch Doctor Snook. I've got a series of all 3 of us just going through. We're playing level 1s. It's going to be not a serious playthrough, really. It's what I described it to them when I kind of came up with the idea was, I think about something like Simon and Lewis's Yogscast, and they play through, and they're just funny to kind of watch. They're great showmen, as it were. I think they put on a great show, and like, you know what, I should do something that's a little less serious. I notice that usually when we're doing something silly is when the stream picks up on Twitch. So I'm going to try and do something like that with YouTube. So I've got 2 videos of us starting out. I'm going to see how you guys like it. Hopefully going to make it a semi-regular segment as we go through. And, you know, if it does seem well received, might even do, who knows, other games. That's kind of what Simon and Lewis do. I know they do a lot of Minecraft, but they do other games as well. And that's kind of what I'm thinking, to see what we can do. Of course, that's dependent on funds, of course. So we might stick to free-to-play games or something like that, depending. Snook doesn't have a very good network connection, so it's hard for him to download stuff. Maybe I should get a collection plate going for him. Buy him a real internet. Maybe I'll go buy him a 56K modem. That might be better than what he's currently got. I don't know. Anyway, I think it's going to be fun. We play through fairly quick. You know, we're not doing a 100%... Ooh. Alright. Come and get some! We don't do like 100% map clear. Like in here, in this playthrough, I typically will clear most of a map before I move on, just looking for, you know, events, scenery, things like that. Where in the one we play together, it's going to be fairly quick, fairly snappy, because it's going to be mostly about our interactions with each other and whatnot. So I would highly urge you guys, when they come out, if you do like them, to thumb them up greatly so we can get an idea of if it seems to be worthwhile content. I've noticed some of the, you know, thumbing up and whatnot has slowed down a bit since beta, but of course that's to be expected because I'm also getting less hits since beta because a lot of people are either playing or not as interested anymore. It happens. I was expecting it. Not a big deal. But for something like this, I would definitely ask anyone that does want to, you know, like it, want to see more. That's going to be one I definitely ask you guys to, you know, hit that thumbs up so I know. And here we are, Leoric's courtyard. With my next level, I am definitely going to have to go a little outside of the box with this. I'm not going to let the directed mode confine me anymore, I think, because I feel that that's where I'm running into some slight issues. I mean, the abilities are nice, they do work fairly well together, but I think I can be more creative if I just look at some abilities that I like and just put them together myself. That's where I think some of my best builds came from in beta, even at level 13. I would turn off the directed mode, put on elective, and just see what I could make.
Need more mana.
Run away while the spiders nibble at your heels. Run away. Run away, little girl. Lots of bodies in his courtyard, eh?
I'm carrying too much.
Oh, and that's it. Okay, let's get rid of these whites. And I am really close to a checkpoint, so what I'm going to do is actually get to the checkpoint before I head out. Might even end up leveling, who knows. Oh, this'll be fun. Go ahead, gather them up. Slow down, there we go. 5 stacks.
Needs more time.
Bowling for cultists!
I strike at your heart.
Oh, Cormac, come on, get up, buddy, get up.
There is a new piece to the game. A girl named Leah. My spies tell me she is the child of the witch Adria, who is hiding in the deserts of Chaldeum. Bring this news to the Master at once.
And of course, those of you who have seen the video, wow, look at this. Boy, did I luck out on this one, right?
No mercy.
Right here are the burnt logs. If you've seen my video on getting to the secret level, then you know that in here is Leoric Shinbone. Look at that. I love that it's actually epic quality now. Legendary, actually. So you know not to toss it out. You know that it's not worthless. Gosh, yes, these narrow areas are wonderful for these zombies. Oh, there we go. Soul Harvest upgraded. Grasp of the Dead upgraded. So, great. So these two abilities, I know to keep, and that's great. So I have to choose now between Unbreakable Grasp, which increases the slow amount to 80%, or Groping Eels, which increases the weapon damage to 38% instead of 20%. So, in a perfect world, Unbreakable Grasp is a little bit better. Simply because if they're slower, they're sitting in it, hopefully sitting in it for the entire 8 seconds that it's up, which is, going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Theoretically, Unbreakable Grasp seems to have the higher damage potential. It also has the most utility, simply because it slows them down. However, I think it's going to be based on a build. So if you're looking for a utility build to be able to help you move around, snare things, kind of like, again, Demon Hunters will use their caltrops. Unbreakable Grasp would be better in that situation. Here, Groping Eels is great if you start making a high damage output build, and this is especially true for monsters that are fast enchanted. They tend to run through things like the 80% slow like it's nothing. Something like this, which does more damage in a shorter period of time, has more damage potential for something that moves through it quickly. Since you're doing that 38 instead of the 20. So there's different, as you can tell, different play styles, and of course I think Eels is really great for a damage build that's got, if you've got a lot of DPS and you want to do a lot of DPS in a very short time frame, Groping Eels is your choice. So what do we got here for Soul Harvest? We've got Swallow Your Soul, gain 22 mana for every enemy harvested. So this is going to be great for this build right here that is basically soaking up my mana like a sponge. So we're going to put that on. Even with my Spiritual Attunement, I have been kind of running a bit low on mana, so that's going to be nice to have. In this case, I really still don't care for the dogs. I could keep Horrify. If you watch me play in the beta, I kind of avoided either one of these. I really didn't care for Horrify too much. But at this point, what would I replace it with? Well, here's what I'm thinking. Let's take this secondary. I'm going to make let's make a build here. Let us take Zombie Charger. I'm going to put that on my secondary. And I'm going to use my Poison Dart to slow things coming at me, I think. That's a movement slow of 60. There we go. Alright. So I will put my Grasp of the Dead with the Eels, since I just got that. There we go. Keep my Soul Harvest. So what do I use as number 1? Well, I could use Fire Bats as a base, which does damage over time, or I could try and go into Dire Bats. I'm thinking that with these, they're going to do quite a bit of damage when the enemies get close. I really don't think I need to have another ability, especially not Dire Bats, that goes in a line like Zombie Charger. That seems to be an overlap and a redundancy that I don't need. So let's try this. Maybe for some more damage over time. We're going to get rid of Horrify, and there we go. I've basically gone back to something close to the damage over time build I had before. And I think that's going to play a little bit better. And I think that's part of the issue is, you know, when I was playing earlier, I'm sure a lot of you probably just wanted to smack your heads. It's like, oh my, why is he playing that way? He's doing it wrong. You know, well, it's true. I'm playing kind of against my type. And if it's not something I'm used to doing, I'm not going to do it well. I try to do it well because I want to experiment, but obviously I'm going to have personal preferences. In this case, I'm removing one of the emergency buttons, and I'm going to put more damage in. Now, this may not be something that's Inferno viable, but you know what? I think it's going to work here.
Then die well. Lord Belial will reward your sacrifice.
He is here. You cultists are a sickness. I will purge you.
Alright, get some stacks.
While I prepare his demise in the depths below.
There we go, so...
Not escape us, Magda.
Groping Eels, there it is. Let's take a look at this. Does it look a little different? Yeah, it does look a bit different. That's kind of nice, and that'll give me mana back. Alright, and then I can just haunt as need.
I do not understand how evil walks in the day.
They did horrible things to us.
I seek another man, a prisoner in rags.
Yes, the man with the golden eyes. I saw Magda take him into Leoric's old torture chambers below us.
Rest now. I will punish Magda and her cultists.
And indeed I will. But I do think that's going to be the end of this segment. Next we depths as we push to find Magda. So, real quick, since this is an inventory-based game, and of course, it wouldn't be complete without me going through inventory. Did I get anything useful? Well, what we're going to do is sell the stuff I can't use. So that's barbarian belts, quivers. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Can't sell the Shinbone. Alright. Let's see. Offhand, 3 to 4 damage. It's a little less damage than I currently have, but it gives me more intelligence, which means it's overall more damage. Plus, it's protection, because intelligence does give me resist all. I think, should I sacrifice the 1 maximum damage? Well, yeah, because I'm going to get more overall. So I go from 38. Let's see. 38.43 to 38.70. Sure. Why the heck not? Look at all these two-handed crossbows I've found. And a bow. Look at that. It's nuts. Found a few spiritual masks here. Let's just go ahead and look at those real quick. Regenerate life a second and attackers take damage. No. Strength on a voodoo mask. This still puzzles me. Of course, strength is armor, so I can't say it's useless. But, yeah. Still funny. Dexterity. No, do not need that. So, bracers. Vitality, so I lose the strength that I don't really need. Has monster kill, so experience on monster kill, so we'll do that. Can't use that. A 91. What did I give him? An 88 with 11 strength. So I don't need that.
Found some interesting things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Hey, some pants and some boots. +1 vital, no movement speed, so I'll not keep it. +4 vital and magic find. That's decent. I lose the attack speed, so I lose damage, but I lose protection. Yep, less armor. So no. Here's another mask. Mana regeneration, which is pretty nice at this point. But I don't think it's enough to compensate for the loss of damage, really. Is more armor. You know what? Let's do it, because I am losing mana at a fairly rapid rate. 2 per second is not a ton, but it will stack with Spiritual Attunement, and we get to see how silly it looks. Well, that was actually not too bad. It's a bone mask.
Found some interesting
Pleasant.
things on my latest dig. You should take a look.
Okay, rings. 2 experience. And life after each kill. Don't really care about that. Let's see here. That's vital and magic find. That's fine. Don't need it. Two-handed with 16 DPS. That's 15. Don't need it. 15. Oh, here we go. That gives me damage and protection right there for more armor as well. So we will use that. 8 intelligence pants. Hey, here we go. I'm starting to get some damage build here. Just put that on. That one's less intelligence, but grants experience. Don't think I really need it, but 2% magic find is not a lot. Yeah, let's go for the experience and try and speed the leveling process up. So at this point, let's see, anything that I can use that I would like? I really don't think so. None of these look that great. I'm not wanting to sacrifice my offhand at the moment. So there we go. The final end of the video inventory management that I know you all love. It's so dear to you, so dear. Absolutely. Yes. So, there you go. Witch Doctor, going to keep continuing this, of course, as you all decide to watch it. I shall make it. Again, keep an eye out for the co-op play that I'm going to do with Snook and Thinkflight. Possibly going to get someone else in there, make it a 4-man playthrough. I think 10 Ton Blue is going to join us, so we have that. And I'll look into bringing you guys some more content as well, since I know Diablo 3 has been kind of the big thing for the last 2 months. See what else is out there. I'm thinking of looking at some other free-to-play games, maybe some other indie games, things like that. I'm still always looking forward to suggestions. Please, if you have anything that a game or anything that you would suggest that you think might do well, or maybe you just want to take a look into it, email that to theshadowpost@gmail.com. Again, that is theshadowpost@gmail.com. I'll take a look at that. I have gotten at least one request for a secret world, and I know Russ has been trying to push me into it. I might look into that one. We'll see. I'm hearing good things about it. Good and bad, but I've heard that they're really quick to fix issues. So, if you're looking for an MMO, Secret World sounds actually fairly decent. Alright, I will go ahead and end the blathering here. I do apologize that there wasn't really much in the way of topics on this one. I will try and look into something to fill the void between adventuring and the next one. Alright, thanks for coming by. This is KageKaze, signing off.